In the ancient Mediterranean, two powers rose from opposite shores. Rome, built on discipline, citizenship and relentless expansion. Carthage, rich from trade, fleets and control of the seas. One ruled by laws and legions, the other by wealth and naval dominance. For years, they avoided direct conflict. But the sea was too small for both. Ambition turned rivalry into suspicion, and suspicion soon became war. This is where legends were born, and empires fell. Rome was not rich, but it was relentless. Its strength came from citizens trained to fight. Every loss was answered with more soldiers. Every defeat became a lesson. Rome believed in law, order, and expansion. It absorbed enemies instead of destroying them. Slowly, it grew stronger with every war. Rome did not rely on luck. It relied on endurance. Can you feel the weight of history in the air? Carthage was born from trade, not conquest. The air is thick with the scent of spices and gold. Merchants replaced kings, silver replaced swords. Its ships ruled the waves long before Rome knew the ocean. Wealth built walls, fleets and foreign armies. Carthage fought wars with hired men, not citizens. Its power spread quietly, efficiently, relentlessly. Every corner is alive with the promise of riches. Every port paid tribute, every route filled its treasury. To the Mediterranean, Carthage was inevitable. To Rome, Carthage was a threat, and threats invite conflict. Join me on this journey through time. Sicily sat between empires like a loaded weapon. Whoever controlled it would dominate Mediterranean trade. Rome stepped beyond land for the first time. Carthage underestimated a republic that had no navy. Rome copied enemy ships, plank by plank. This was the Punic War, a fight for dominance. Innovation replaced experience. Sea battles became slaughterhouses. Rome lost fleets. And rebuilt them again. Witness the strategy, the bravery, the sheer chaos. Persistence became strategy. Carthage began to falter. Follow us for more thrilling tales from history. Rome turned weakness into advantage. Boarding bridges transformed naval combat into land battles. Legion discipline crushed Carthaginian sailors. Storms destroyed fleets. Rome built more. Loss after loss hardened resolve. Carthage's wealth could not match Rome's endurance. The sea no longer belonged to one power. Balance shifted. Victory came slowly, painfully. Carthaginian vessels sinking, and Rome emerged dominant. Carthage survived, but wounded and bitter. Territories were stripped away. Tribute drained its wealth. Pride turned into fury. A new generation prepared revenge. Hatred replaced caution. Rome believed the war was over. It was wrong. A child was being raised for vengeance. His strategy? Unmatched. His courage? Legendary. As a boy, he swore eternal hatred, not against soldiers, against Rome itself. War became his destiny. Strategy replaced numbers. Fear became his weapon. The impossible became his plan. The Alps stood in his way, and he crossed them anyway. Elephants marched where armies never dared. Rome was unprepared. Roman legions marched with confidence. Hannibal shattered them with deception. Traps replaced battlefields. Entire armies vanished in hours. Panic spread across the Republic. Citizens feared invasion. Senators whispered surrender. Rome stood on the edge of collapse. Yet still, it refused peace. Survival demanded patience. Hannibal waited for Rome to break. Hannibal waited for Rome to break. Avoidance became strategy. Cities stayed loyal, supplies dwindled, reinforcements never came. Time turned against Carthage. Victory slipped away slowly. Rome learned restraint. The tide began to turn. Rome chose not to chase Hannibal. Instead, it attacked Carthage itself. War shifted continents. Carthage recalled its greatest weapon. Destiny pulled armies toward Africa. The final clash approached. They fought for months. The war continued and Carthage was failing. History narrowed to one battlefield. One decision would end it all. The end was near. Carthage is under siege. Flames engulf the city. Walls are crumbling, echoing the chaos. Citizens rush through thick smoke, panic in their eyes. Ashes fall like snow, covering everything in grey. The air is thick with fear and desperation. Families are torn apart, searching for safety. Every corner tells a story of loss and bravery. But amidst the destruction, hope flickers. The war ended in silence. The victor was clear. Rome didn't conquer the world by accident. They built something no one had ever seen before, an empire that would change civilization forever. First, the eagle rose, a symbol of power that spread across the Mediterranean. Then came the roads, 50,000 miles of them connecting 3 continents. But here's what made it last. Carthage was stripped of power, its fleet destroyed, its defences forbidden, its pride shattered. Years later, Rome returned. This time, mercy was absent. The city burned for days, civilization erased. Memory turned to ash. Rome ruled unchallenged. Victory transformed the Republic. Wealth flooded in. Power centralised. Ambition grew unchecked. Enemies disappeared. Expansion became destiny. The Mediterranean became Roman. The empire was inevitable. And the world changed forever. Peace came through domination. Even the Latin they spoke, it didn't just disappear. It morphed into French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. The empire fell, but its DNA is literally everywhere. Drop a comment if you've ever driven on a road that was built over a Roman one. Subscribe Rivalry Reloaded and see how the rivalries of the world come to light. Rome versus Carthage was more than war. It defined Western power. It proved endurance beats brilliance. Adaptation defeats tradition. Empires rise through sacrifice and fall through complacency. From the Atlantic coast of Spain to the deserts of Egypt to the forests of Germania, Rome stood alone. No rival empires, no competition, just absolute dominance for centuries. And then it all crumbled. The embers of history remind us that nothing lasts forever. The Mediterranean remembers. History remembers. Rivalries shape civilization, and this one shaped the West. If you want more epic rivalries that shaped our world, subscribe to Rivalry Reloaded, where history never sleeps, and power is always contested.